Hello again, my name's Gabe Solna. Some of you might find this sort of interesting. You know, if you've watched some of my videos, I've made numerous videos talking about Michael, saying that there is no Michelle. And Michelle pretends to be what she is when she's nothing other than a transsexual. You know, I posted a video yesterday and I talked about the meeting that I had with the Congressman Matt Salmon. What I didn't mention in that particular video that I posted was I touched upon Michael. Towards the end of my meeting with the Congressman, I had asked him if he had ever met Michelle. And he said yes, he did. And he said he was somewhat surprised as to how tall Michelle was. And I said, well, that's because Michelle is a guy, not a girl. And he looked at me, and one of his aides, who's a female, was in the room with us as well. She was actually taking pictures. And I asked her to put her hand on the desk, and she obliged. And I said, now take a look at your ring finger in comparison to your index finger. And I said, with a man, the reverse applies. With a man, the ring finger is noticeably longer than the index finger. And if you take a look at Michael, you'll see that his ring finger is significantly longer than his index finger. The Congressman did say that he was surprised as to how tall, and again at that point he said she was, and he said he's a little over 6 and she was taller than he was. And she was obviously, or he was obviously wearing heels at the time. There's no doubt in my mind that there is no Michelle, there's only a Michael. The Congressman said that, interesting enough, he's heard that before. So I assume we're not the only ones that believe that to be the case. I think it's completely insane that this farce is allowed to continue. I didn't include this in that other video. And the only reason I made a video now about it was because one of my viewers had asked me if I brought up Michael. And the answer is, did you not think that I would? Of course I did. There is no Michelle. You can actually, and I've made videos on this as well, you can Google when Obama calls Michelle Michael. There's a video, and in his own words, clear as a bell, he refers to Michelle as Michael. If you have any doubt, you shouldn't. And you should demand that the American people know the truth. Personally, I don't care if he's married to a transsexual. I could care less. What bothers me is the deceit, the lies. What bothers me is American people are paying for those 2 children. We're paying for their security. We're paying for their luxurious travels. We're paying for Michael's travels. They're not married. They can't be married. Illinois only legalized homosexual and gay marriages in 2013. That's because Obama's been pushing that from day one. He's trying to justify that what he's doing is acceptable. That's why there's been such a big push on homosexuality. The whole thing's insane. But hey, it is what it is. Tell your congressman, tell your representative in Washington, your senators, we need to know the truth. And a simple DNA test will tell us the truth. I sort of told you what I think. I told you what the Congressman Matt Salmon said he had heard. The question now is, what do you think?